114. Yes, this is the block chat that we're up to today together. We're recording, you're seeing block chat number 114. And it's an interesting one because there's another version 2 coming. And it's an interesting one that most of you have been waiting for some time. It's Denis Petrovcic and Makram Hani on 114 block chat. Denis, how are you?
I'm so excited because today we're going to talk about a product update. So very good. You
And
yourself?
product update that's most significant probably to everyone who's looking at the product from the outside. So I always say, and I discovered this with time, you should follow the whenever you're a business, you should follow where the money is, and the money is in trading real estate. At the end of the day, that's our product, and this update will probably have the biggest impact on the experience of any property explorer or buyer or seller. Do you agree on that, Dennis?
Yeah, I think this what we're bringing to the market now, it's something that has been a long time in the making, essentially. We have improved, I believe, the user experience with the new product so much, and it's something that really addresses more the DeFi person, the person who is exploring Web3, than the person really interested in the real estate tokenization side. However, how we are shaping Oceanpoint, we can say Oceanpoint, everybody watching it saw it in the title anyways. But the new version of Oceanpoint is really what I said to the team. I said, look, we need to bring something to the market that hopefully can be, compared to the likes of Uniswap and the big guys, who have much bigger teams than we do and are delivering user experience first products in Web3. And so that was kind of the aspiration when we started building the V2 of Oceanpoint. And hopefully, we have achieved at least, in a small manner, to try and get very close to it in terms of the experience.
One thing I can tell you here, Dennis can vouch for the Web3 part of the experience. I can vouch to the Web2 feel of the experience. And to me, that's very important because that's how I'm wired. That's how I think. By the way, my son have created a new saying. I wouldn't say it exactly how he said it. It's probably not appropriate. However, he mentioned that I'm not a so smart millennial. I should listen to him because he's a very smart Gen Alpha. So because I'm a non-very smart millennial, Web2 experiences are what I'm used to. And this feels very Web2-like as well. So it talks to everyone who's looking at Web3, but also it allows us hopefully to scale by attracting and talking to everyone who doesn't see Web3 similar to the crypto natives and the people who are used to DeFi and DAOs and similar aspects of our ecosystems that have been predominant over the past few years. So let's dive in, Dennis. Let's tell everyone probably what is most interesting in it. Let's tell them because there are some nuggets that we will keep till the end. There are some stuff that are fun, that are easy for you to understand the marketplaces, understand the properties available, understand much more through. But let's start from the beginning and then dive into the experience, into the whole experience.
So for the people who have been following Blocksquare for a while, you know that we've built this infrastructure specifically created for tokenizing real estate, so to bring real estate value on chain. And one of the challenges that tokenization in general is trying to tackle is liquidity, right? So liquidity is the thing that kind of drives all markets, and it's not going to be any different with tokenized real estate. But the difference is that with tokenized real estate, the expectations of liquidity are put much higher from the start because that's what people want it, right? And if you don't have that liquidity, then it becomes even maybe a worse idea than a better one. However, we believe that in the future, liquidity will be present in various forms. And one of the forms that we envisioned is Oceanpoint. And what we wanted to transcend with Oceanpoint's V2 UI is that in the first place, Oceanpoint is a place where everything comes together, right? Where BST holders come together, where property owners or investors in tokenized property can come to research to find new opportunities, where essentially liquidity is being aggregated, pulled together into this protocol in different ways, and then it is serving a larger ecosystem. We are driving away slowly from Oceanpoint being the place where you come and stake real estate tokens, because staking of real estate tokens is going to become supported natively from the marketplace application, from the platform directly. So you're going to come there to your portfolio page. You're going to say, hey, I want to stake a couple of these tokens. You're never going to visit Oceanpoint anyways anymore, because that need for you to go to a different URL, it's just another burden. We just want a simple click and deposit, and that's it, right? And so Oceanpoint, on the other end, is going to serve different purpose. It's going to serve the BST ecosystem grow. And so that's what we have been building there. And to grow it, one of the main challenges in our community has been discoverability. How do you discover this ecosystem, right? There's marketplaces around, they're doing stuff, but it's really hard to follow. So it's a challenge. So we wanted to address this challenge as well. And there's a couple new features that are coming with the V2. They're going to help improve that situation. And with your feedback, essentially, hopefully make it even better. So what we're doing today, we're not announcing the launch of the product itself to go live. No, we're doing the same as we've done in the past. We're saying to our community, hey, we've built this new thing. We're going to deploy it separately on mainnet. And please come to us through Discord, through Telegram, through email, if you will, if you want to help us make it better. So, if we get 10 people who will take the time to test it out, or 100 people, that's very beneficial. We've done this with the marketplace platform. Your feedback has been a tremendous help to our product team. And we believe the same is going to happen now. So, this week we're announcing that this product is close to being released to production. And that we need your help. We need your help to make it better.
It's very important, guys, here to note a few things. First, we've been building, and what Dennis was saying, get it noticed, get people to discover the ecosystem. It's very difficult to create enough noise when you're not hype driven nor hype focused, yeah, with plenty of parties around you who come and go, come and disappear, who are hype focused. Where it's very easy for them to create a promise, and a promise of $1 billion is much more impactful than a promise of $1 million. It makes much more noise, it gets much more coverage. Then for people or for companies or for projects that do not really care about what tomorrow will get, they throw it and they pass on, and they probably pass by and they disappear, and it doesn't matter. But what it does, it overshadows the discoverability and the impact and the noise and the voice that projects like ours are doing. This is item number one. Item number two here, which is very important. Today, when you are looking at what the team is doing in the background, alongside finalizing V2, which will be launched soon. What I want you to do today is to go on, because I want you to deal with the whole ecosystem of Blocksquare in the future, different than what you've dealt with and what you've expected of Blocksquare in the past. Why? Um, I want you to track the past 2 months um, of news, of where are we showing, who is talking about us, who is talking about what we're doing, and how is Blocksquare and Blocksquare technology and Blocksquare ecosystem is impacting the market. So I want you to do that. Alongside that, there's much activity that's happening in the back end, from organic to non-organic activity, alongside that will match the launch of V2. So that hopefully you will see a bigger impact to yourself and your economy if you're part of the ecosystem, Blocksquare and Oceanpoint. So keep an eye out there and expect that and push for that. So tomorrow morning, when V2 is launched, be a user that will give the feedback. Send it to your friends as soon as it's launched. Get people engaged. Um, be engaged, because today is a day where you would be hopefully harvesting the work of the last 7 years. The work of the last 7 years put in a pot, and you being able to harvest today as we speak. Let's go in, Dennis. What do you think? Let's go in and not
Yep.
bore everyone with our talk, but show them what have we done there.
All right. Let me open up. All right. So this is the home screen. This is where people come when they visit app.oceanpoint.fi.
Can I
It's
can I
similar.
just point one thing here, which
Yes.
Dennis mentioned, but I need to mention again. You used to have
Yes.
app dot and marketplace dot. You used to go to a place for the app, for the any DeFi activity, and then you used to go to the marketplace to trade real estate or see your portfolio. The experience should be uniform, and this is what you will see here.
And essentially, it's like the marketplace, the marketplaces, the platform where all the marketplaces live, right, and are powered from. That application is a separate one to this one, right? But what we've done in that one is that, for instance, most of the people who bought tokens, real estate tokens on the marketplace, they had to come back here to stake them. Now, not with this. This is still going to support that feature, but the convenience is going to be built into the platform, into the marketplace platform. So you don't need to come here. So that allowed us now to really focus on who the user of Oceanpoint is in this form from this side. Who is the user that is going to come here mostly, and not so much on the marketplaces. So think of people in DeFi who provide liquidity. Think of people who just want to stake governance tokens, who want to get involved in providing liquidity through points that's going to be launched soon. And all those people are more kind of DeFi native than the target person for the marketplace. The target person for the marketplace is somebody who's interested in acquiring a diversified portfolio of real estate assets, and that's their primary focus. They might be coming more from the Web2 experience. So here we really wanted to tend to the DeFi native user, I would say. And I mean, this page is very similar to what you're used to, but here already you see highlighted pools, which is basically taking the pools that have the biggest TVL and presenting them to users. There's here in the footer some information like, on the point token, and this might change obviously over time based on what we want to kind of push through. One of the cool features that was not present in the current Oceanpoint version is the ability to buy BST directly from the UI. So you don't need to go anywhere. You just go here, you say how much you want to buy, and you're going to receive the amount of BST you're going to receive. And so for 1 ETH at the moment here, you should receive 29,400 or so BST. And that basically is, we've integrated, I think, the Uniswap SDK. So you're able to purchase directly from the UI. You can even set slippage here and transaction deadline. It also shows you the various exchange partners. So if you want to go through a more centralized exchange or another decentralized, like 1inch, you can choose that. But you can do it directly through Uniswap through this widget here that has been implemented. I think that's adds, or decreases a bit the friction. Now, if we go from here, obviously the first thing you want to do maybe is connect the wallet, but you can also kind of look at the pools that are present. We've added different ways of how you can sort them, view them. So you can go through governance pools, you can look at asset pools, liquidity pools, and stable pools. So those are the categories that currently you can browse through. And I mean, this data, this information has been present already, but the difference is that now each pool receives its own subpage. What this brings is that we can give much more detailed information to users. We can add a video where we will be explaining what the pool actually does. You can go more in
I
details
see
for
Mr.
somebody
Fink here
researching.
dominating our. I see Mr. Fink dominating what we have posted currently. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here the videos in this version are not yet, the video
Yeah.
links are not yet added because they haven't been published yet, but there's going to be basically explainer videos for each pool type so that users can actually also choose this way of understanding how things work under the hood. Then we have the category of the launchpad, where just like we have right now, we have different marketplace pools with different marketplace partners, and you can see which ones are live. If there's an active campaign, it would show up here, closed campaigns and upcoming campaigns. And so live pools, for instance, each of them has a specific view. And again, we have the ability to add, for instance, the episode of Block Chat where the specific team has presented themselves, and we can add it here so that it's easier for people to access and to learn more about a specific marketplace. In terms of which wallets we support, just like so far, we have MetaMask Wallet Connect and Coinbase Wallet. We might be adding other wallets in the future, but currently we're going to stick probably with these ones because through Wallet Connect, most of them can be utilized anyways. Then we added 2 pages because we believe that we actually added three pages that kind of extend what you currently know of Oceanpoint. And this is a page around BST, and we call it governance. And then a page around liquidity, or around point, which we call liquidity. And then there's the page explore, which basically is a central view where you can find everything related to the assets that have been tokenized, which ones you can buy on the secondary market, which marketplaces are active. So everything there in a very smooth search bar UI. In terms of governance, you'll be able to buy BST from here. You'll be able to understand more about BST itself. There's how it's possible to earn with BST or to earn BST, and have a general overview of BST itself. So BST is really kind of receiving its own page with direct links and the ability to buy BST directly from Oceanpoint, as we shown before. A very similar approach is with on the liquidity page, where basically here people are going to be able to understand more about point as a token and be able to mint points by depositing stablecoins at first and start engaging in providing liquidity for point as a token in the point BST pool. So that's the 2 pages. And last but not least is the explore page. It's the page I'm most excited about, honestly, because we really addressed here a need in our ecosystem to be able to, or in our community, to be able to explore the ecosystem in an efficient way. And so, for instance, this version here is not yet connected to the mainnet system, but you can search for, let's say, house. It's going to show you results. It's going to show you status of the properties, if there's any open sell orders or anything like that. And you can even hit enter in the search and then see the properties that are there. If there's any marketplaces with that name, for instance, or in that region, is there any properties where sell orders are in place? And essentially you can go and check a specific property and see all the details of that property, and you can see the marketplace where it's listed. So it's going to be much easier for people to go and find a property in a specific marketplace. Makram, what do you think of
So
the update?
it's amazing. For, as I said in the beginning, it's very important that someone like me, who's a Web2 wired guy, would never need to interact with the DeFi element. I would need to go to one place. I can do everything, including staking, which is DeFi related, from one place. And even if I come here, which is a DeFi landing zone, I can interact with it easily. I can understand it easily. I love the Explorer because it gives me a feel of a global tokens market where any real estate on any marketplace can be added, can be here, can be seen, can be purchased, and can be staked. And you can do everything from one place in a very simple way. So you have a search engine for tokenized real estate and an exploration engine for tokenized real estate. And I love that. And I believe that's very important. What we've done, I love those pictures there. Yeah, perfect. So the ability of ours um, to scale depends on our ability to talk to the widest possible quantity and number of people and the widest possible market. And for us to do so, we would need to talk not to the few millions who currently are crypto or have adequate knowledge of crypto, have adequate knowledge of tokenization, have adequate knowledge of blockchain, have adequate knowledge of technology and the use of it. No, it's to do with everyone else who doesn't. And because from the 8 billion people who occupy Mother Earth, a very small number are really wired for blockchain today. Providing them with the experience this way, I believe, makes it much easier to adopt it. And that's my feel about it. So I love it.
Right. I think the team has done an amazing job. I think there's things that will be added over time, but the foundation of this DApp versus the one that people are currently used to when they come and stake BST or provide liquidity for it or stake real estate tokens in the end. I think it's on a different level playing field. I think this one really allows us to put much more content in a human readable, digestible way to our audience, which I believe is going to just help the whole ecosystem grow. Because if you can really, in 5 minutes, discover a couple of real estate assets that are a great opportunity to buy because they're, I don't know, 20% below net asset value or at par with net asset value or whatever, right? That's a very compelling way of just coming back here every 2-3 days and checking, hey, is there anything for me to buy into, right? Is there real estate assets that I might be interested in, or real estate opportunities or tokens that are being sold at the specific price that is my entry price, right? I think that's kind of a very useful tool.
At the same
Last
time
but
being
not
able to
least,
access at the same
yeah,
time being able to access properties from different parts of the world and compare them with each other from different providers is very important, and knowing that if you look at our corporate solution, it's very standardized, so you can see any details and compare it in a very easy way between an asset and another.
exactly. And I think just having the ability to kind of just look at your portfolio, just see it like from the crypto side, of course, and see what the composition is currently. It's just, it's convenient. And last but not least, we have different currencies, and we've added light and dark mode. So if depending on what you like more, as a person, you can switch to a lighter version as well.
The white mode is for me because probably I'm the only human being in the world who loves light mode, does not know, like dark mode. So I believe we've done something cool over here. The team have done a great job in understanding what a consumer would want. And we are all consumers at the end of the day. We are all investors. We all want to interact with it, each in his own way. And I believe the team have understood and have been able to um, talk that way. There's many others or other elements that will come in the future. You may see us being able, you being able to put a buy order, not only a sell order. So you have a property, and all of those elements are to allow you to do better investments and to be able to achieve a better return, hopefully, across different markets so that you can diversify with a smaller amount of money rather than a bigger amount of money. And hey, if you want to invest a bigger amount of money, I'm sure that the market can give you the opportunities for that as well. And tokenized real estate does as well. I thought initially that tokenized real estate, is for those who have maybe $1,000 to $10,000. I believe that today I have bought and I would probably continue to buy, and I would end up with much bigger than that as a portfolio. And this means, and again, I buy selectively. So imagine how and what can you do while buying tokenized real estate. I believe it's a great job done there by the team and with understanding of what the consumer and what the investors want.
Yeah, I think they've done a remarkable job from the designing initially to the execution of that at the end. There's just a couple of tweaks left to do before we can go really live with the launch. And until those tweaks are done, we're gonna do a soft launch for our community. It means, a community testing period where we invite anyone from our community to start using the new Dapp in mainnet and be able to do the regular things they do with Oceanpoint through the new UI. So, watch out in our Discord, in our Telegram, and on our blog for any announcements of how to get engaged in this process. I'm sure that Julia will snatch a bit of rewards to those who get involved for the time spent and gas costs spent as well through that process. But definitely, very, very much beneficial for the team to get any feedback from our community, because in the end we're a DAO and we're building this together, right?
and start thinking of Oceanpoint differently going forward with the launch of V2. Start talking Oceanpoint, discuss it with your friends. It makes a difference, regardless of who you are and who's your friends. Thank you so much for all. Do we have anything else to tell our community today, or shall we close it at 31 minutes to stick to our previous promise?
We could close it, but you started just a topic that maybe doesn't directly fit into this block chat. Maybe it's an opening for another block chat, but I had the pleasure of talking with a gentleman from the GCC area. It's not Makram, somebody else. And that was, I would say, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years even ago. They manage an investment fund, and it's a real estate investment fund. And this gentleman, was really interested in tokenization, in DeFi, and he said something that stuck in my mind. And then even today, it's there, right? He said, "I want to educate people to turn from real estate investors into liquidity providers." And that kind of seemed very odd, coming from somebody who is coming from the real estate investments space. But it resonated in what we were building. It resonated in what we're creating with Oceanpoint, this liquidity engine, where, yes, you can own real estate directly, and you can own real estate indirectly. You can own real estate through tokens, or you can be part of real estate by providing real estate liquidity. And that's something that I think is very unique as a value proposition when you look at Oceanpoint from a different perspective, as you mentioned, than just a governance tool or a community tool for staking governance tokens, etc.
Being able to impact capital markets, regardless of what magnitude is it at, is also a whole new business and a whole new opportunity. And here, as you said, you don't have to buy real estate and to invest in real estate directly and benefit from the returns of real estate. There's other elements that you can benefit from the returns of. And those are opportunities. Obviously, each of those opportunities suits a certain individual of us. Maybe some of us may be suited with both, but generally it suits either or, and it's okay. But at least it gives you the variety and the optionality to be able to do both. I believe we have to open that subject. Actually, liquidity providing and that game, and what does it mean? The risks attached to it, the opportunity in it, the challenges with it, and where does it go? And how does it? Generally, the more required the solution is, the higher the reward is for it. And today, if you hear anyone talking tokenized real estate on chain, or real estate in general, you'll be talking liquidity, and you'll be asking liquidity, and you'll be fighting for liquidity, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
So here we are saying that, yes, you can buy real estate, but you can sometimes solve a bigger problem by providing liquidity. Again, you need to discover it more. You need to understand it more, understand the opportunity in it, understand the challenges in it, understand the risks of it, and then you can probably decide if it's for you or not. Interesting ending of I feel like we need to go with another block chat. I was under the weather, guys, today. I'm sure you feel that, but the last thing excited me to go out, and then I remembered that I'm under the weather. So thank you so much, Denis. Thank you for all the team that's putting this much effort. So much effort is being put in, hearts and souls are being put in, and that's great. Do you have any other message to our community, Denis?
Our community, no, but to you, Makram, thanks for the time, and get better.
Yeah, I will. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing our energy today. Our low energy. Hopefully, you have much better energy, but we're up to it. We're coming there.
I have a last one. I
Yeah,
forgot. Yes, to our community. So I'm so busy that I even forgot that this is happening. Um, this is the last block chat that you will see me with this beautiful background here. So this office is rarely in use. I use it every once in a while when I need to get away to record the block chat. But it seemed to be wasted, so we're not going to leave it anymore. It's not a monetary thing, really. It's more of a decision that I made already 3-4 months ago because it's not being used, and I'm quite a person who tends to be lean in its approach. And so this is the last block chat from here for me, and it's been a great time. I love this place, but the direction how Blocksquare can have evolved as a team in a fully remote way, it just doesn't make sense to have this because it's not in use. We're all working from home, even those who are just a couple blocks away. And the reason for it is that everybody in the team should play on the same level playing field, right? If you're all remote, let's all be fully remote and digital. Otherwise, you know, um, we would have two teams. I would say not one
I
team
believe that
playing together.
leaving this office gives so much value to some videos I have that are memories from the office. So, um, look, it's great to look at how the world is evolving, and it's evolving in an amazing way. We should evolve with it. And as you said, our team is spread all over the world now. There's probably very few cities that we have two individuals in. With the exception of Ljubljana, probably, maybe Perth, maybe, and even Perth. Yeah, people jump around all the time. So yeah,
Oh,
we are a team that
Dubai with Simon and
by,
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're spread all around the world, and hopefully we continue to spread wider and bigger. Thank you all for being with us today. Thank you, Dennis, for the energy you made up for the missing energy from my side today.